Shifting focus, our next story is about the massive mystery behind the Washington plane crash. You must have come across those visuals. Rescue and diving teams worked through the night in the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. at the site of Wednesday's deadly collision of a passenger jet and a military chopper. 28 dead bodies were pulled out. Officials saying hopes of finding survivors in the freezing water are now over. Our next report telling you more.
Black Tech 3, can you return to base? I need you to land immediately. Delta 832, if you want to shut them down or if you want to go back to gate, let me know. I don't know if we're going to resume operations. There was a collision on the approach to 3.
8:48 late evening on Wednesday. That's when American Airlines Flight 5342 collided with a Black Hawk military helicopter about 300 feet over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The passenger jet from Kansas with 64 people on board was minutes away from landing at the Reagan International Airport. The Black Hawk chopper had 3 personnel on a training flight. The U.S. Capitol had seen nothing like it before, human error leading to horrific tragedy.
I hear the bang bang, a very unusual sound, something you don't hear on a daily basis. It's more like on a war zone, something you hear on movies, action. So that caught my attention. I looked up the sky, I looked up the window, and all I could see at that moment was just smokes from the south side of Reagan Airport.
Both aircraft plummeted into freezing cold water. Emergency services from multiple agencies moved in as alarms were triggered. Rescue teams worked through the night in extreme cold conditions. Diving teams scoured the site. Helicopters from law enforcement agencies from across the region flew over the scene in a methodical search for bodies.
Despite all those efforts, we are now at a point where we are switching from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
So where did the calculations go wrong? Who's to blame? Detailed inquiries to come will reveal much in days to come. The Pentagon chief voiced shock. He's ordered a thorough investigation. The American Airlines chief expressed deep condolences. What a terrible night this has been, President Donald Trump wrote on his social media. Trump blamed the helicopter and also the control tower for not passing the right instructions. He termed it a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good. Experts think the military helicopter did not have its tracking system turned on. So another device, the traffic collision avoidance system fitted to all military and commercial aircraft, did not kick in as the 2 aircraft came close.
It's quite possible that this training flight of this Black Hawk helicopter was a covert style training mission of going black, if you like, and not having any electronic tracking turned on, and a tragic error of doing this around an airport, an active airport. I mean, if they're going to do that sort of training, it should be done well away from an active airport, like Reagan National.
As authorities and families of those in the 2 aircrafts go about picking up the pieces, some grim realities stare. U.S. media reports say several members of the U.S. and global figure skating community were on the ill-fated passenger jet from Kansas. The Kremlin too stepped in to condole a human tragedy.
Мы, к сожалению, видим, что эти печальные данные подтверждаются. Там были и другие наши сограждане. Плохие новости сегодня из Вашингтона. Мы сожалеем и соболезнуем родным и близким, которые потеряли тех, кто из наших сограждан.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.